Good afternoon, everyone. I'm really, really happy to be here, and for a couple of reasons. This is a celebratory event for Light, and for me as a scientist who helped support the Light research project, it's not common for us scientists to see the fruition of our research. You know, when we publish things, it goes into the journals, it might sit in the journals for years and decades, and maybe something comes of it, maybe not. But for me, this is really what's called translational research. We do a research project in the lab, and it ends up finding its way out into the community where it does good. So I want to tell you about the research study we did. Paula, where are you? There you are. Paula was the first person to knock on my door who wasn't part of the university system, who wasn't an academic, and said, hey, I hear you're open to things such as meditation. I want to tell you a story, and would you help me conduct a research project? So I listened, we got to know each other. She told me about her history with MS and the diagnosis and the developing the light methodology, the guided imagery. And she told me about the project that she had been getting started up at Neurosciences on campus with a Ph.D. student named Laura Case, who is now doing a postdoctoral fellowship at the National Institutes of Health in Washington, D.C. So anyway, we worked together. We finalized the research design. We set it up as basically a standard randomized controlled trial, which is considered the gold standard for research. Because we need to build the evidence base to get acceptance, not only in the community such as this, but in the scientific literature. So that's what we did. We developed it, we launched it, we got approval at the Institutional Review Board at UCSD. And so we brought in individuals who have been diagnosed with MS, and some were randomized to learn light, and some were randomized to journaling. Journaling was our kind of a control condition, but another treatment condition. And journaling was a good pick because I had been doing some research on gratitude journaling, and it's incredibly powerful. We were doing this research with individuals who have cardiac disease, heart failure specifically, and finding just journaling about gratitude was helpful for cardiac function, certainly depression and energy. So we used that as the control condition, and people in the study did the light for approximately 8 to 10 weeks, and we did assessments before and after. And the data were very strong. Individuals in the study, the MS patients who did the light, had significant improvements, reductions in depressed mood, reductions in fatigue, improvements in vigor, and just overall well-being. And we use very standardized assessments that are accepted in the literature. And it was for that reason, it was the reason that we used standardized assessments and a very strong design that we were able to get the study published in a journal. And the journal is called Evidence-Based Complementary Alternative Medicine. And we've gotten reprint requests from literally around the world for the study. So I think it's having a good impact. And it's been, as John was saying, it's helped serve as a foundation to begin the program here at the Center for Integrative Medicine. Dr. Rusty Kallenberg is here. He's the director of the center. He's been receptive and supportive, and we're launching it there in some weeks from now. And so that's really the story from my side. It's very rewarding. You know, at UCSD we have what's called the Clinical and Translational Research Institute. It's an entire building and institute of scientists and clinicians. The sole purpose of that institute is to get scientific discoveries out of the lab, into the clinics, and into the community. And from my side, that's what we've accomplished here with the Light study. We're launching it out into the community, in part based on the scientific work that we did together. So there you have it, and thank you for your attention today.